Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Shirley Says. I'm Shirley, I'm your host, and today I am joined by the absolutely delightful Jo from INIKA Makeup. INIKA Cosmetics, Jo, or INIKA Makeup?
INIKA Organic skincare and makeup.
Oh, thank you. Welcome to Shirley Says. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on, Shirley.
Oh, thank you for joining me. I love our little chats. And you sent me a load of product, which I was just like, ugh. It's like a kid in a candy shop where I just went a bit mental. And I am completely loving the products. And thanks. And we're doing an amazing little giveaway. So if anybody's listening today, please go on to the Facebook page or the Instagram. And we are doing an amazing giveaway worth like over £150. And yeah, go on and hopefully you can win something. Right, so today, Jo, what I was thinking was, I'm completely obsessed with trying to have like natural products or sustainable or organic. And obviously this brand is organic.
Yeah.
And let's talk about, why do people want to be doing organic or natural, or what does all this language mean? Because I think it's a bit confusing for people.
Absolutely. There's so many terms that are thrown around there, like clean beauty or vegan, organic, but they all have completely different meanings.
Yeah.
My background, I've been a beauty therapist for 24 years. I am taught for some amazing brands. But recently there's been a shift towards people like, what is in this? People are far more educated in products, ingredients, the impact it has not only on the environment, but on their skin, on their body. So I discovered this company. In fact, we'll rewind back. I was working for another brand, more on the aesthetic side, a lot of advanced skincare.
Yeah.
And Shirley was one of my customers.
You hung out
Her
with
beautiful
me?
salon.
Oh, I love my salon.
Love your salon. She was so forward thinking. You were the first person that says to me, what about this packaging? What do you expect me to do with all this plastic? Why do we need that?
I think you're saying it in a very nice way. I think I gave you a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, you did. I was like, we'll take that on board. But that isn't that's not some company's priorities. And then as we started to delve into the ingredients, it was like, do we really need so many fillers and products? Let's just get the actives in it.
Yeah.
And I always think people talk about organic and they go, yeah, it's good for my skin, it's good for the environment. Is it doing anything? Yeah, you can make real results, real changes by using a natural ingredient.
I think that's the fear, isn't it? People think that you have to give something up for you to be able to have something organic. They think that something's going to be inferior, whether it be the quality or, you know, I think we're all obsessed with results. I mean, I want my skin to look like a little shiny
Me
bead.
too.
Right, okay.
Me too.
I know, we've got the shiniest faces ever.
It's all about the glow. All about the glow.
About the glow. But that's the problem, isn't it? I always had the fear that if I did come away from like what I love, a cosmeceutical brand, which is that pharmaceutical blend with a cosmetic, and I want it to be like really results driven, and I want to make sure that I have my skin looking completely smooth and shiny and glowy. But what I would say is, and I hear this quite a lot, especially within makeup. In fact, my cousin, who I socially distanced bumped into the other day, said to me that her little girl is borrowing her makeup and she's now really questioning every single thing. Because she said, she's in my makeup bag, Shirley. She's already got everything out. And I'm thinking, what's in that? And I'm like, well, hold on, no. If you're worried about that for your wee girl, why are you not worried about that for yourself?
Do you know, you're spot on, because my 13-year-old has so got into makeup and she's delving through my bag, and there was foundations that I was using. I was like, babe, don't put that on your skin because it's packed full of silicone. We don't have lungs in our face, but it's suffocating the skin. It's too much for you. So why would I put that on myself?
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? You're worried about them.
So true.
But why are you not worried about for that yourself? Because the I suppose the accumulated effect of us wearing makeup every single day and moisturizers and creams and everything. Like people always say to me, I just put something really cheap on my body. And I'm like, why? Because
Why?
biggest surface area, you're going to absorb so much more through your full body. But
and the skin's an organ as well. People forget the skin's an organ.
I know.
I've got a great fact about that. I was on a webinar last week and the woman started by saying, so we're talking about natural products, and by the time the average woman has got out of the shower in the morning, washed her hair, put on her deodorant, put on her body cream, put on her face cream, put on her makeup, she has put 515 separate chemicals on her person.
Is that just purely because there's so many chemicals within every single individual product?
Every single individual product.
So you don't need to be using millions and millions of products. You just need to be using stuff that's got junk in it, because it has a lot of different
and
junk.
A lot of cosmetic products as well. They have filling agents that to make the consistency better, to make the texture better. And what we've done is, so the skincare range just launched in February. It was being researched. It took about 9 years to get it to market, because they were like, nothing synthetic, no filling agents, but we want actives. So the actives is what makes the changes. Most products have 2% active. They've got 5% actives just to make sure it has to work. Where I think consumers are far more demanding nowadays. They want a product to work. They want results faster. But they also want to look after the environment.
And you know what? Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I love product. I am a product junkie. Everybody that knows me knows I'm like that.
Me too.
I've got a bathroom that I can barely get into. But the thing is, I actually even found over lockdown, I was like paring stuff down, because I was like, right, hold on. What do I actually need? What's really working? Because you kind of sometimes you're just using stuff for the sake of using it. So
Absolutely.
I'm now not replacing everything, because I'm going, hold on, do I need that? But also, do I need all this packaging in my bathroom? Stresses me out.
Yeah. Do you know, you were one of the very first people to say, why is it wrapped in plastic? Why is a cardboard box not sufficient? So even down to, this has been I think all this time in the industry, you and I, we know skin, we know products.
Yeah, we're obsessed with skin.
Obsessed, but I've had to completely re-educate myself into, like, we use sugarcane packaging, which is biodegradable.
Brilliant.
Or glass, which is recyclable. Even
love that.
My office is full of products here. Even the box, this is how it comes. It's recyclable, no plastic. No, it's not required, not needed. So it was completely changing my mindset and re-educating. I
love that. I love it when companies put ink that's like water soluble on their products. The thing is, it stains off as you leave stuff in the shower, but at that point you don't care, because at the end of the day, you bought it, you know what it is. And for me, that's such a minor detail. I don't care if that's the case, because I don't want to have, if I can have a reduced impact, then for me, just to not be able to see the label after a couple of months isn't the end of the world.
No, not at all. As long as you can see the use by date, that's fine.
Yes, totally. But then with the makeup, it's minerals. Now, I've been using minerals, 18 years easily. I'm a massive mineral makeup fan. And I love the fact that it is organic, because I've used minerals in the past that aren't. And there's an awful lot of talc. And there's an awful lot of other, as you say, this bulking agent, which
that's more down to talking about labeling. So people get confused. So minerals aren't necessarily organic, because they can't be. In order to get an organic certification, you need to know the core source, where that was made, where that was found. So minerals are finely ground rocks. Where was that rock made? We don't know. So that's why we can't say it's organic, but you can say it's naturally derived. So you look at, so it's all about it. So it's re-educating yourself.
It is, isn't
so
it?
You don't want talc in it.
No.
You don't want, there's a lot of other products. So something might say it's a mineral foundation, but you want to know it's 100% natural.
Yep.
Whereas, I'm going to get this up for you. Give me 2 seconds. I've got my laptop right in front of me. And a lot of the the mineral makeups, they have got something called, we're going up, let me go up.
I think that's it.
Bismuth oxychloride.
All right, okay.
Is in a lot of mineral brands, and it's a byproduct of lead and copper.
So not great on your skin?
Not great. So if you are going for a mineral makeup, yeah, not great. So if you're going for mineral makeup, make sure it's 100% naturally derived.
Okay.
If there's also, talking about organic just means that we know the core source, we know where it was grown, we know how, when it left one place, how it got to the end product.
Right.
We know it's not contaminated. Someone can claim that the product's organic with a 1% organic compound in it.
You know
Nonsense.
what? See, that actually really hacks me off, because I use an awful lot of different products, and I do use organic. But when I go into the supermarkets are bad for this, and somebody will say to me, I've bought this product, Shirley, it's organic. And I'm like, how much did that cost you? Now, there's no way. This is when I start going, right, well, how did anybody make that organic for £5 or whatever it is? And also, so is this all just marketing? Because people go, oh,
that's going to be better for me.
It's going to be better. But actually, if you're spending £5 on something, and actually, I'm not saying you have to buy expensive, but I am saying if it seems like it's too good to be true, probably is.
So working for product companies that manufacture and develop their own products, I know what goes into testing. I know down to clinical studies and clinical trials, even down to creating the packaging, how much that costs. So if it's done ethically, can you do it for £5? Not likely. But another thing as well, when you're looking at organic for cosmetics, you're looking for certified organic, which means it has to be certified organic, and it'll have a certified organic label.
Okay.
And that means it has to be minimum 70% organic.
Okay.
So I got an email the other day from a customer who was like, how can you claim this product's organic if it's only 70%? I was like, well, 70% is one of the highest. We've got products up to 91% organic, certified organic. The reason it's not 100% is because if it's got water in it, anywhere at all, where's that water came from? How do we identify the prime source? We can't.
You can.
If it's got minerals, how can we identify where that first came from? We can't. But we can say every other ingredient except for water and the minerals is organic.
So people need to start reading these labels then. So if you've got high percentages from like what, 60%, 50% upwards, I mean, 90%, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because I would be probably asking you the same thing. Like, I wouldn't have known that water, of course it's not.
Can't be organic.
You know?
Yeah. So the higher, so your oils, your facial oils are going to be the 90%. Your creams then start to lower a bit because they do have they need to have water in it, need to have moisture. But also we talk about parabens was a big thing recently as well.
I'm obsessed with parabens. I hate them.
No, because they're basically they're just preservatives. So what you'll find by taking the parabens out, it shortens the shelf life slightly of products. So because there's no synthetic fillers or preservatives in the products, it's got a shelf life of between 6 months to a year, which is fine. Which is, you'd hope if you love a product, you're going to use it by that point. Also, vegan. A lot of people, if something's labelled as vegan, Shirley, they tend to think that as a vegan, they tend to think that's going to be better and kinder to my skin. But a lot of the vegan products do have silicone. They've got chemicals derived from the petrol industry. Because
it's just that there's no animal derived ingredients. So people assume, and this is something, again, it's so frustrating. You think, right, okay, there's no animal product. Because I look at products and I go, right, I'm using vegan, right? So then I go, that's fantastic. And then I'm reading it and I go, right, well, hold on though. What other crap have they then put into this to make this, as you say, bulked up? And so now, this is the thing, isn't it? So now when you go vegan, I need to go vegan organic. Because then I'm looking at it going, well, what the hell's this stuff that's in my...
Let me add to that. You actually want to go vegan, organic, natural. natural for me is key, because I want to know.
But
So if I'm getting a product that's vegan, but it's got silicone, we're all about the skin. Silicone creates a barrier on the skin.
Yeah.
It can trap dirt and bacteria underneath, which can
Yeah.
cause further problems.
Mhm.
So I want to know that it's not going to have silicone in it. It's not going to have products derived from the petrochemical industry. And if my daughter's using it, I want to know the same.
Yeah, I feel the word natural, people don't like it. Do you not think? I feel it's a wee bit too generalized. But now that you're saying that, I will now add the word natural.
As a collective,
in. As you say, as a collective, rather than people say to me, I want a natural product, and you think, what does that mean? Because we've got plant-based, vegan, natural, organic.
Well, I would say if it's and clean, if they say it's clean means nothing.
Yeah,
clean means nothing. It can be anything. What I think is clean, someone else might not think is necessarily clean.
Yeah.
So it means it's certification and it's labeling.
Right.
That's what you're looking for. And also another thing that I'm very passionate about is sustainability.
Oh.
So I have to know the packaging. So where are we getting the materials from? Where are we getting the raw materials? Can we sustain that for the environment? So, then that takes us back to who's producing. So if we have to be certified organic, we need to say the core source. So we know that farmer. So has that farmer been paid properly for the products that we're buying? So it's having a company that does adhere to the fair trade, pays a fair wage to everyone, because it impacts. And even, I think as well, through what's happening at the moment through lockdown, how are the companies treating their employees?
Oh, absolutely.
Huge. That all goes down to sustainability, to fair trade.
Yeah.
It just...
Do you know, it's so interesting, isn't it? Because I would agree with you. I've always had this bit of an obsession with where I buy my clothes. And it started a few years ago. I'd seen a documentary on sweatshops, and it was absolutely... I was so traumatized, and I went away and looked into it and thought, right, I'm going to really specifically pick where I'm buying my clothes. Now, that then, when you start having that thinking, that thought process, it has a bit of a chain reaction, doesn't it? Because then you go, right, well, hold on. If I'm going to do that for clothes, what am I doing for beauty? And then what am I doing for my foods? Or what am I doing? Like, it's like when people advertise, it's funny how we pick out specific industries like coffee farmers. Why do we always talk about coffee farmers? We never talk
chocolate.
And chocolate. It's always chocolate and coffee farmers. Is there nobody else out there that has kids in like really, really horrible circumstances, or not even? It doesn't. I mean, the kids thing is very traumatic, and I feel like that is not okay. But then it's like, right, well, hold on. It's the same though when you're looking at, hold on, is this adults as well? Are we going to enjoy this incredible lifestyle that we have over here in wherever you happen to live? But we're essentially rich in sense of the world. Like my big brother has a lovely phrase where he says, Shirley, if you've got 20 quid in your back pocket, you're one of 10% of the richest people in the world. And I'm like,
how frightening is that? It's true.
And I'm like, is that true? But when he says stuff to me, I just believe him. I go, oh, right, okay. And I'm thinking, my God, that's terrifying. But then he's totally right. Look at all these people in Brazil, or all these people in Africa, or whole nations where if they had 20 quid in their back pocket, they would consider themselves rich, because we've sort of it's the norm for us. So
and by making small changes, it can have impacts. And if everyone made it, you can see it through lockdown, people not going to the beach, or people that were not out littering, the changes it's made. The dolphins in Venice. Do you know what?
I'm obsessed with the dolphins in Venice.
Me too.
Why are they there?
A big one. The beaches in Blackpool. Have you seen the pictures? It could be anywhere in the world. Oh, looks stunning. Not the Blackpool that we probably all know.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? I kind of feel like, because we've now got a bit more time to think about things, and I am an overthinker, we all know this. I love to overanalyze things. Actually, I'm kind of like, what products do I need? What stuff do I really need to buy? like I used to buy lots of like juice and stuff like that. I've literally just drank water for the whole of lockdown. And I thought, you know what, I don't miss like a can of juice. I don't need it. I think we've changed our lifestyles a bit where we've been forced into it, but now I kind of think, oh, what else could I change? It gets a bit addictive, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's reevaluate our choices. Do we really have to be adding, do we need 5 different night creams?
Totally.
Do we really? But we buy consumer. And I think as well, there's also being sustainable. We tend to buy something new is coming out, so we ditch the stuff that we're currently using to buy this new thing. What's the point of having sustainable packaging? Finish what you're using and then move on.
Yeah,
I believe in.
I've always saying to clients, get home, pull everything out that you've got in your bathroom and use it all up before you buy anything, because it's my absolute bugbear when I have something and I want to open the new package and make myself keep it until I finished everything else, because otherwise you never go back to the last thing, because now it's new, you assume this is better, and it might not necessarily be better. It's just that you've now
just
got
new.
this, I want this new thing. We're like kids, aren't we? We're like big kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry, go say what you're going to say.
No, and we're talking about being inclusive as well just now. Inclusive in so many different ways is something I'm really passionate about. But I think in the industry that you and I have been in for a long time, there's a lot of miseducation about what products we can use and can we put that in our skin. Whereas if you know the product is natural, it's organic, it's vegan, it can be used on people who are undergoing. A few people have came to this brand because they have been undergoing cancer treatment. Yeah. And they have to eliminate a lot of toxins. Or do you know what, the company was created by a woman who was trying to have a baby. She couldn't have, she just wasn't falling pregnant. There was no reason why she couldn't.
So common now.
Yeah, there's no reason. So she went to the doctor and her doctor advised her, eliminate as many toxins out your daily life as possible, from cleaning products to diet to what you're putting on yourself. And there was nothing. There was nothing out there. Now we're talking 17 years ago. Things have evolved so much now that if a client comes to me for a treatment and she's undergoing chemotherapy, we're like, you can't use this. Whereas now we can say, I have the perfect thing that you can put on your skin that isn't going to have any adverse effects.
I know, I think, to be honest, that's a huge thing. And actually, we notice this in the salon a lot. There's so many things that we've kind of in the past gone, oops, can't have that, can't do this, can't do that. And actually, it does sort of make you stop and go, right, hold on. Why can't we do that? And obviously with pregnancy, it's totally different, because nobody wants to trial anything on pregnant women because we can't have guinea pigs. So you can't go, right, let's just see what happens. So we err on the side of caution with any time when it comes to any products or treatments during pregnancy. And
those are the times when you need that bit of pampering. Those are the times where you're like, I just want someone to look after me. I want someone to make me feel better about myself.
Especially if you're going through treatment like any type of chemo or any type of really intense therapy. Actually, you need, as you say, you want somebody to just, as you say, take care of you, give you a bit of a pamper and make you feel like just a bit better. Because it's such a rubbish experience, having seen so many of my clients go through it. It's actually...
We've all been impacted by it at some point, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I find it difficult to watch somebody go through it, so I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like to actually be on the receiving end of it, because I think it is just, and it's so common.
Even things, here's a natural product to use to draw your eyebrows back on. You know you're not adding anything else for the body to fight against. Even
of course, that's it.
Like that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
something I'm really passionate about.
And I think the makeup thing, we instantly just feel better with our faces on. And I think as much as it's predominantly females that will be listening to this podcast. Actually, I know the minute I get up and I get my hair done and and I don't wear tons of makeup, but I do like to feel like myself. So if I was told and I wasn't well, you couldn't wear makeup, I would be gutted. Or don't wear makeup because actually this is really not good for you. I think I would be going, well, hold on, actually, I really, really
but it's
want to
almost
feel
like
like
a
myself.
protective armour, isn't it? It's a protective
Absolutely.
armour for we're going out to face the world.
Yep.
We want to know we look on point, or we feel more confidence, and anything that makes you feel more confident about yourself.
It's a plus.
For that.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
I'm the same. I think that's a lot of beauty. And again, because we've been doing this for so long, I don't ever feel we're ever doing it for somebody else. I always think, why am I doing myself a facial? Or why am I I want to help. I want to feel good about myself. I want to take care of myself, because if I don't take care of myself, no one else is going to. And, you know, self-care is like a buzzword, isn't it? Everybody talks about self-care. Actually, I wish I've been a beauty therapist for 18 years now. And at the beginning of beauty, I didn't always take so much time and effort. Maybe that's because I'm older now. I didn't always
and we need a wee bit more.
maybe I've just become more higher maintenance. But initially, I didn't spend the same time and energy and effort on doing my own self-care. I was always about learning a skill set and how I could improve other people's skin and all the rest of it. And as I've got older and maybe more tired, maybe more tired looking, I've come to realize that actually the time that I spend taking care of myself actually is just as important as and me having a rest or a downtime or just reading a book, whatever you want to call your little self-care thing. Actually, it's that time is just as important as the time I'm in the salon and working. Now, that's taken me years to get my head around.
It's that whole auction mask thing. You're on a flight, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you, because how can you look after anyone else if you don't have that source of oxygen? It's the exact same thing.
Yes, I love that analogy, and I use it all the time in the salon, because I see clients all the time coming in absolutely knackered. They look tired, they look run down. And the thing is though, I then see that in myself, because I'm going, oh, it's such a shame. And I'm going, oh my God, they might be looking at me and saying the same thing. And I think it's when and I never used to like this, but I really like it when people give you a compliment, a genuine compliment, not a kind of, oh, you look well. You think, oh, okay, fine. But see, when people say that, you think, do you know what? Actually, I do feel good. You know when it's a genuine compliment, because then you go, do you know what? I do feel good about myself, or I am happy in my own skin. And when you feel like that, you are kinder to everybody around you.
Yeah, world's a better place. And the first thing we do say to each other is, oh, look at your glow.
I know.
Oh my God, the first thing we say to each other.
I'm like, what have you done?
What are you using? What are you using?
I know. I feel like we're in a skin competition. Every time I see you, I'm like, oh, I wonder what Jo's done to her skin. Oh, her skin's amazing. And every time I see you, it just looks so shiny and dewy. And do you know what?
Well, I suffer from rosacea. I've got acne. Well, I've got rosacea. Yeah. So I need to watch what I'm putting on my skin. I need to be very careful with it. Take it to the end. Push it as much as I can, though. Keep going. It can take it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm the opposite. My skin is like an old leather handbag. I can do anything to this face.
I can.
It's the thickest skin, which is, must just be genetic luck of the draw. And I love the fact that I can pretty much do anything, because it means I can trial almost any product. Even if it's got, I mean, I'm a big fan of organic, natural, and I do use as much of that as possible. But when somebody tells me something, I can't help myself. I need to try it. So if somebody says to me, oh, what about this? I go, okay, I'll have a try at that, because I know that I could pretty much put anything on my skin. And
so my skin's really reactive. But we could spend, we could have a whole podcast talking about skin, just on skin.
I think we should.
I think we should. Let's
Maybe
do
that's
skin.
just like another, because that's the thing, isn't it? It's like your knowledge of where you've been through the years in terms of like the beauty industry. It's just, and even, I mean, what did you say? You're how many years are you in the beauty industry now?
24, giving my age away.
Okay, well, I've been in it 18 years, and I actually find it mind-blowing daily when I read about all the new stuff that's coming out, and I'm
constantly learning.
You and I are both obsessed. I'm always reading articles and governing body chat and all this kind of stuff, and I just think, wow, when I came out of college, I didn't even do a gel nail. Gel nails didn't even exist.
No, gel polish didn't exist.
No, nothing.
No,
we were literally
had to mix our own face masks up, didn't we? Had to make our own face masks.
Do you know what though?
Snatch.
I wonder if that will come back.
I think it is moving back towards. But I
have to say,
like
I did enjoy that. I love being like a little mad scientist. I love that.
But it's like anything you're passionate about, the more you know about a subject. So for me, it was skin. The more I realised there's more for me to learn. Yeah. For like us with vegan, organic, sustainable, the more I'm delving in, the more I'm like, I need to learn more about this. Yeah. I need to re-educate myself and re-educate other people.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing. I get addicted to something where I'm obsessed with skin. And it sort of probably stemmed because I had horrific skin when I had literally started becoming a beauty therapist. My skin went really hormonal. I had horrible acne all over my chin and jawline. Nobody would know now. I don't have any scarring. And I think that's the thing. And most people will say to me, beauty therapists, I mean, everyone's this and they're that. And, you know, I don't like going into salons. I think sometimes we as beauty therapists maybe get a bit of a bad rep because people have decided they don't want to come in and see us because they feel like we're going to be judgy or we're going to be saying, oh, well, you know, you should be doing X, Y, and Z. Because my sort of thoughts on it are every therapist that I really know, and that's a lot of beauty therapists, is we all went into the industry usually because we had I was really hairy and I was really spotty.
I liked makeup. I loved makeup.
You love makeup. See, I was never that fussed for makeup. I literally would have gone, yeah, whatever, don't care. But I really was like, I am not living with acne for the entire life. Plus also the body hair was overwhelming. So I had started going to a therapist when I was so young. But now I'm practically virtually hair free, having had every form of hair removal under the sun. And
your skin's flawless.
And my skin's really, really good. But the thing is, my skin is like a personal project. I will always be like, ooh, what else can we do to this skin?
But I think as a beauty therapist, the changes we can make, so the impact, so it might sound superficial, but if someone's living with bad skin, it's impacting their confidence. If we can change that and give someone else a little bit more confidence,
it's actually life-changing. You're completely right. We sort of, I think the beauty industry is such a shame because it's kind of viewed as quite cosmetic and superficial and very shallow. And actually, having lived in a salon now for about 18 years, and I say live in it because it is my first home. I go home to sleep. And, do you know, lockdown, I've spent a lot of time in the house. But I actually do find that really it is a place where we can share problems, we can help boost our self-esteem and our self-confidence. And also, you know, all these lovely clients can come in and pick our brains and really make the best use of the time that they have with us. And hopefully they go out going, I've learned something, feel a bit better, you know, everybody has flat days or down days, and we just need a bit of girly chit chat.
Or if we can start making, if they want to make change, we love chit chat. If they want to start making changes, we can do it for them. We can help them towards. And I keep going back. It's all about education. So
I love it.
What's bothering you? How can we change that? And what steps do you have to start making to see those changes? It's all about education.
It is, isn't it? And I think the thing is, especially because we love the learning. I find the industry is a bit of a minefield where, you know, you and I are sitting going, oh, what about this and what about this? For the average lovely person on the street, they don't have the time or the inclination to go, I want to break all this down and I want to know everything about soluble water-based inks. I mean, they just don't care. I care, you care.
Plant-based inks, you get
Yeah.
plant-based inks as well that are just
mind-blowing. But actually, the average person, one, doesn't really need to know about it, but actually, they should. But then it's like me, I don't need to know everything about Hoovers or everything about whatever. I just want to know what the best one is.
What works, what's good.
Yeah, what's good. So I suppose I see beauty salons as little windows of knowledge where people can go in and go, look, this is what I'm bothered about. Well, look, these are your options, or this is what, you know, what you could do. But I think I love it when people come in and say, I want to ask you loads of questions, and I go, yeah, ask me loads of questions. Because I have too much what my parents say is useless information. I don't think it's useless. It's useless to a lot of other people. Plus, my parents can't get their heads around that people even go into salons. That's a generation thing. But I actually just find that it's so nice for me to be able to share that. Like, I genuinely
and it's nice
enjoy.
To be challenged.
Yes.
Nice. So I'm one of our distributors over in Europe soon. Mm-hmm. They are so knowledgeable, highly educated, and I know they're going to challenge me. They're going to challenge my knowledge in skin, but that's how I learn and that's how I grow. Yeah. And the best thing I find, if I'm teaching a course and someone says, ask me a question, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out for you.
Do you know what? The best thing. I love that. I do that all the time for clients. If somebody asks me something and I go, oh my God, they've just recognized that there's something that I don't know. I need to know this. And I go away and I start looking up.
You triggered that for me.
Yes.
You triggered that for me to say, Jo, why do I need all this packaging? And what am I supposed to do with this at the end of it? What am I doing with my rubbish? To the point you were getting your clients to unwrap it in front of you and you're going to take it from them to save them the recycling hassle. Do you remember we had that?
I know.
I was like, why have I never?
Jo, I can't believe you even remember that, because I had got to the stage where I was phoning all my I mean, this is the problem. When you've got a beauty salon, you've maybe got tan line, makeup line, skincare line, nails line,
consumables.
I mean, you must have easily 5 or 6 different suppliers, and I was phoning people because I'm like that, and annoying people, just saying, by the way, how are you going to deal with this? And I actually don't have enough bins to put all this nonsense in. And you know what? The industry has incredibly slowly, but still, they're kind of working on it. And do you know what? I like
people pushing back to say, yeah.
And
another question someone asked.
All right, what are questions? I love this.
Someone else said to me, someone asked me, can I have your products for a previous company natural? I was like, you can't have a product that is 100% natural. There's no way. How's it going to have any shelf life? How am I going to stop any bacteria forming in it? How's it going to work? Prove to me it works. And that was a great one. I was like, why can't we? Why haven't we done that? And that started the research. Yes, we can have 100% natural that works, that has a good shelf life. So it's pushing back.
Yeah, it's really, really, it's asking ridiculously good questions, and also asking a question where everybody else tells you you can't do it. See, when
you go, but why can't we?
Yeah, because the thing is, as my parents used to say to me, you have an issue with authority, Shirley. And I would say, because I would turn around, my dad used to love the word no. He was a great man, for you could ask him anything about anything and he wouldn't even look up. He would just be like, no, no, no. And you would say, but why and why? And I must have been that annoying kid that was constantly going, why can't we do that? And actually, I've never really got away from it, because if somebody tells me something's not possible, you've only just annoyed my brain to say, I think we can make that possible.
Do you know what? This is tying back. Tony, that owns the company, INIKA, you need to attend one of his webinars or sessions. You'll love him. But he was told, for the skincare, you can't have any more than 2% actives, or you can only have one active ingredient. He was like, but why? But why can't I want minimum 2. I want minimum 5% actives. Why can't I have that? And he pushed back and pushed back. And that's why it took so long to develop. Yes, he said probably his manufacturers thought it was a bit of a pain in the backside, but he got the result. He got what he wanted.
Yeah, I think this is the problem. If people like an easy route, and unfortunately I'm probably like this guy Tony, and you are that personality as well, where actually we literally just go, I don't want to hear no. I want to hear yes you can, and if someone's telling me no, I want to know why, and then I want to know how do I get around it. Because actually for me, when somebody tells me no, I just think this is just a creative thinking problem now. This is not a no. This is just me going, ooh, how do I get someone else to say yes?
Demanding, because as consumers we're far more demanding nowadays.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, and I like it though, because as long as we're doing it from a really, really good place, like I want to have a light footprint on the world. I want to live in as an eco-friendly person or human being, or however you want to label it or brand it. I actually like the earth, and I would really like to leave it. Now, I was going to say leave it in a better place. And actually, I'm adamant that with technology, we can absolutely do that. And also, sorry, what were you going to say?
It's so true. No, I was going to say, the impact we have, that was always niche thinking. Once upon a time, to be environmentally conscious or environmentally aware, or it was a niche group, but now it's so mainstream now. I mean, how many people still drink water out of plastic bottles? Very few. We're starting to use, back to coffee, reusable coffee cups, because we want less. Just have less of an impact on the world. If you can do that by small changes, big impact.
Well, I was going to say that it's a funny thing, because again, I think it's a generational thing. Like, I've got an awful lot of millennials. I hate calling them that, but they are fantastic, and they are very on top of their sustainable game. They ask the good questions, and they want to know. Well, I think unfortunately maybe my parents' generation accepted, they had a lot going on, they had stuff happening in their lives, and if somebody said to them, you have to have, this is what you're buying and it's got a shed load of chemicals, or it's cheap, children in sweatshops made it, they wouldn't have asked the question. They just wouldn't have known. It was almost like, well, I don't really know about that. I'm not meaning it in an unkind way.
No, not
but
at all.
They just kind of went, well, that's how the world works. That's how it's going to be. So we'll just keep going with this. And I suppose that's kind of what led me to being vegan, because I was veggie for years. And then I thought, why do I have to have this made with cow's milk or with this? Suddenly, I just opened up a whole new why. And then I got carried away with myself. And
it's easy as well for us, because I was veggie 27 years ago. I still veggie all that time. Haven't quite got to vegan because I can't give up my cheese. Anyway,
the funny thing is, though, again, this is another and sort of slightly offshoot of that conversation. It almost doesn't. I'm not this hardcore. Maybe that will sound unpopular to some people. I'm a bit sort of do the best that you can do at this moment in time, because our journeys, like, I love the evolution of Shirley. That sounds really ridiculous, isn't it? But I have grown so many in so many ways, and I feel like I've improved my own health, my own well-being, my mental health. You know, I've made loads of little changes, and it's the same with the salon. And then I try and ripple that down into other people's lives. So it's not necessarily about being perfection. Like, I don't think there's anything that I would go, I mean, if somebody said to me, oh, do you want a non-vegan biscuit? And I was really, really hungry and I thought, oh, quite fancy that. Yeah, I would have it. I'm not going to get to the point where it becomes maybe obsessive, but I think it's doing the best that we can do.
The best.
And feeling happy in that and going, I'm happy where I'm at. And then evolving and saying, maybe I'll try something else, and maybe I'll try something else. It's a process. Am I saying that poorly?
Yeah.
It's a process.
No, and I think now, when I first became veggie, there was nothing. There was no there was like, everything had to be made from scratch. For the first week, down to education, I lived on potato waffles and cheese omelets.
Yes, but you know,
there was nothing. Now, because of consumers pushing back, demanding more, I was in the supermarket yesterday. The vegan and veggie section was just as big as the chicken section.
Yeah.
That to me is just, that's progress. It's people pushing, asking the questions, demanding more.
Do we have to do this? Yeah. Do we have to eat protein that comes from an animal? Where else do we get protein from, or where do we get calcium from? I mean, I find it incredible that I still have doctors asking me where I get calcium from. And I'm like, wow, that is such a shame, because it's the lack of education through their uni, where they obviously haven't delved into nutrition, that actually they're asking me. Well, you know, I find that as a real shame.
Do you know, when I was pregnant, so my eldest will be 15 in December. When I was pregnant with him, I was really badly anemic, and I went to the doctor. Couldn't have iron tablets, didn't sit well with me. She went, can you not just have a steak? Like, surely there's other options rather than a piece of steak that I can have. So let's talk about green leafy veg or
spinach, or just
spinach. Yeah. Just have a steak.
Or let's have like protein. I mean, it's amazing, you know, like, what about peanut butter, or what about almond milk, or what about having, you know, something that's like lentils. I eat lentils and beans till like all day long. I love stuff like that. But like, the protein in that is just incredible.
Yeah, I've witnessed you construct your breakfast, and I was like, Shirley, you've got layer upon layer of different.
Do you know what though? They do say that that's the way to do it. Don't just eat one thing. Let's just freaking. Do you know what it's like? It's like power.
Mad scientist thing again.
It's this mad scientist thing. You know what, Joe? I am looking forward to the day that they bring mixing up products back into the salon, because I used to use a skincare range years and years and years ago, and they would literally say, well, you could use a bit of this, and then you could add a bit of this in, and then you could do that. And I used to sit with a little bowl and spatulas, and I used to sit there and go, oh, we'll do this, and then I used to put separate masks on different, and I still do all this. But the mad scientist in me, I so enjoy it. And I think actually I love customizing, and it's the same with products, isn't it? I love customizing treatments and products, and just going, oh, how can I power this up?
Yeah. What works for you? What's going to work best? That's it.
I love it. Makes me so happy. But look, Joe, I could literally chat to you all day. It's an absolute pleasure. And I hope everybody at home has enjoyed our chat. And Joe, if anybody would like to go on and find out about INIKA Beauty and makeup products, what's the website? How would you touch base? Are you on social media?
You can go online. We've got a few different, we do every social media platform. We also have a lot of YouTube tutorials.
Great.
You type in INIKA Organic, INIKA. We have an online stockist. So if you want to find out who's your closest stockist, because again, we're very passionate about shop local. Yeah. You can find your stockist locator on INIKA.com, and you can purchase direct from our website as well.
Brilliant. Amazing. Well, look, I think we do have to have literally just another podcast on just purely skin.
On skin.
On just
Let's
how
do
to
it.
make shiny skin. Because that's what we're in competition. Very healthy competition, but
A
still
glow
competition.
off.
Yeah,
we're
let's
having
have a glow off. Who's got the shinier face? I think you're winning today. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely to speak to you. Guys, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us at home. I hope you enjoyed our chats. And please go on to iTunes, on Spotify, review me, be kind, say nice things, share me with your friends, and hopefully we will see you all soon. Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.